Hello everyone, Kira Schaefer here, As You Wish Publishing. We're going to talk today a little bit about the pitfalls all authors face. Now, maybe to say all authors, maybe most people can just sit down and just write a book. If that's the case, I think fantastic. How wonderful is that for them? It's definitely not been something that I've ever been able to do. And all of our authors, they've had their journeys with it as well. So, let's take a look at what some of these things are. So first off is having a big goal. So you have the big goal. I want to have my book published by April 2020, or I want to have my book published in the next 3 months or something like that, and I haven't written a word yet. So you have a big goal. And if you get to that time frame and you haven't written your book, you are going to you might feel defeated. You might feel as though you put your heart and soul out there and it's not happening, and I've only got 30 pages written, but I need 300, that kind of thing. So we want to take that away because that's one of the hardest things I think that will absolutely cause you to release your entire idea about being a published author, is saying I didn't make my goal. Or you get to the goal and you've got part of it done, like I said, and then it's not really finished, and then that feels really bad. Okay, so let's do this instead. Let's do manageable bite-sized pieces. Let's write a chapter a week. Let's get the outline done, because that's really why we're here. We're going to talk about outlines in a future video, but we look at that small bite-sized pieces. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? You cannot try to put the whole elephant in your mouth, which is a really great visual. I just love it. So the other thing that comes up for a lot of authors is unforeseen problems. So a death in the family, of divorce, moving, all kinds of things can happen that can derail you. Because the thing that you said in the beginning was, what is my why? What am I here to do? What am I here to say? And I really feel it's important for me to say it. I know there's been 100,000 other authors that have said something similar. That I don't care about that. That's them, But what is it that I need to say? Because you have a unique voice. You have something that's important to come out and come to pass. So when you have these unforeseen problems, if you haven't gotten a strong enough why, and you haven't gotten that gumption under you that says, I am doing this, it can make you feel very defeated and feeling as though you can make that excuse. Don't get me wrong. Problems are problems, and they are hard, and they are challenging. And, if you have a financial issue, if you have a family issue, or if you have a physical illness or something like that, it is very challenging to go, but I made that commitment that I'm going to write that chapter a week, and I'm doing it. Gosh darn it. It's so hard. So, you have to plan in essentially a little bit of, leeway. I would definitely plan in leeway. When I've done different events or I do certain things, I make sure that right after that event, I don't have a book launch to do, or I don't have a major thing coming up. So it's that time management piece, and it's recognizing, okay, can I write 2 chapters this week just in case something happens? And I know it's about being cautiously optimistic. Don't get me wrong. I don't want us to manifest anything negative, and know that you can't manifest anything negative. There are only things that come up that allow us an opportunity to learn, right? So even though I want to be like, nothing's going to happen, we can have this book done in 12 days. No, let yourself have some space. Have some breathing room so that you don't fall into that excuse that our ego is just dying to use, is really just wants to use against us. So make sure that you have this in place. So remembering, again, like I said, a schedule, having some kind of schedule. treating your book as though you're a project manager, not treating your book as though you are a creative scarf-wearing author, right? I don't know why scarf came up in my head, but it did. And keep in mind that you are creating something. So it's finding that balance between being creative and being structured. So it's that left-right brain marriage that really needs to happen when it comes to books, because books are very analytical, but they are also very creative. So keep that in mind as you are kind of developing through your book project. So the other pitfall that we've seen is that there's no platform. There's nothing that would, at the end of the day, after the book is done, that we could look back on and go, okay, I think we have a plan for this book. So you want to make sure that you have some kind of platform, something that hooks this book into mainstream society. Now, I'm not saying your book has to be mainstream. I don't think that there have been a lot of popular books out there that have been necessarily mainstream. I know that we work with a lot of fringe authors that do books that are not necessarily something that everybody knows, but they are powerful and they're worthwhile and they're needed. So when we think about Beyond Hello, with that one, she was telling stories from those folks on the streets in Vancouver, but she had a platform for it. So she already had been blogging, and we'll work through this a little bit in the next videos, but she already knew where she was going to promote this book. She already knew that she was going to go to certain bookstores. She already had a bit of a plan, and Christy Blakeway is amazing at this. You know, she did a really great job. And not only that, but she also attached, which is already attached to a charitable organization. So it's being able to give back. It's having that space, knowing where you're going to promote your book, knowing where it needs to be, and saying, okay, this is how we're going to promote it, and this is how we're going to make it happen. So as you're looking at it, not having a platform has been a major issue with a lot of books, because authors do not consider themselves marketers necessarily. But if you believe in your message and you believe in what you have to give to this world, then I highly recommend, not even highly recommend, I require that you have a platform and you know where your book is going to go after it's done. Otherwise, it's going to sit on the shelf and you're going to go, hey, that was real nice. I'm glad that happened. And it doesn't make a difference in the world, because that's not why I'm here, and I'm certain that is not why you're here. You want this music out, right? So let's just talk about, finishing up here and knowing that whatever it is that you're wanting this book to become, that your why is very strong, because it's going to get you through all of these pitfalls in the future, and you're going to be able to achieve the goals that you're wanting to achieve. All right, awesome. I'm Kira Schaefer at As You Wish Publishing, and please go out to asyouwishpublishing.com and check us out. We'd love to have you be a part of our author family. Thanks so much.